edge of modern banks in the digital era. The growing impact of artificial intelligence in the banking sector minimizes operational costs, improves the customer support, and processes the automation. Besides, artificial intelligence in banking also helps user to select loan amounts at an attractive interest rates. The artificial intelligence technology in the banking sector allows banks to update process automatically and works under existing regulatory compliance. However, Professor will further on this topic in a simple manner. So before that, I request Professor Satish to introduce Dr. Hariharan Ravi sir. Over to Satish.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon to everyone. I am Satish RK, Assistant Professor, Department of Studies in Commerce, Davangere University. My dear teachers, respected faculty members, and my dear participants. Today is the third day, and we are in the last session of this online faculty development program on applications of artificial intelligence in business. Of course, it gives me an immense pleasure to introduce and welcome today's resource person, Dr. Hariharan Ravi sir. Dr. Hariharan Ravi sir is currently working as a faculty of commerce and management at St. Joseph College of Commerce, Bangalore. Sir did his PhD with specialization in banking from Pondicherry University, Pondicherry, and also sir is having 7 years of teaching, 10 years of research, and 1 year of corporate experience. And sir has published more than 32 articles at international and national journals, and also is the reason for authoring more than 8 books. Sir is currently associated as advisory board member, associate editor, and reviewer in several international and national journals. Sir has done his certification from Microsoft on Certified Business Management Specialist module and NSE on Financial Markets in AMFI module of NCFM. So in the past, Sir has delivered number of special lectures on data analysis using Excel and other statistical software at various colleges and universities. So Sir is having interest in the areas like finance, banking, enterprise resource planning, information technology, and statistical packages. Today, Sir is going to deliver his talk on usage of artificial intelligence in banking. Sir, I welcome you once again on behalf of the department and on behalf of me to this online faculty development program. Sir, thank you for coming here. So it's over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sadish, for your brief introduction. Before getting into the session, I just welcome each and everyone with a warm good afternoon. I hope everyone will be doing well. I just wanted to thank Professor Satyanarayanan for giving me this opportunity to be part of this wonderful FDP program, which is sponsored by AICTE Atal. To talk about the today's topic, probably I hope you had 2 sections, morning 2 technical sections. One was completely on HR, artificial intelligence, okay, how the HR plays a major role. Another one, Professor Raghavendra Rao also talked about the role of artificial intelligence in banking sector. I happens to log in and listen just a few slides, whichever he discussed about it. On that was nice sessions, and he have touched upon quite a lot bit on that. To start with my thing, especially on my topic, that is usage of artificial intelligence in banking sector. One of the topics I'm going to cover in this is the most important thing is what is artificial intelligence. Just a little bit of meaning on that. Historical definition of artificial intelligence, history of artificial intelligence, how it came into the picture, and component of artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence in banking. how it is we using in banking. That means especially I'm coming to the particular topic of usage of artificial intelligence and everything. Then a need for artificial intelligence banks, artificial intelligence in strengthening the competence of banks functions and operations, usage of artificial intelligence banks, especially in terms of chat box, RPA, robotic process automations, and which are the major banks. I'm picked up quite number of banks related to it, which they are being in the part of artificial intelligence. They're implemented and everything. Okay. By the way, I'm Dr. Hariharan Ravi. I'm just Faculty of Commerce and Management, St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. My topic, slowly before getting into the topic, we just will try to understand it. How AI is impacting our life, each and every one. Okay, AI is not something new to us. It is very old, but we are taking it forward by what is required for near future or future course of action, technology and everything. And by this time, almost I'm the 9th section of technical section. You have known about quite a lot about AI, artificial intelligence and everything. So when you talk about artificial intelligence, definitely I can say there will be no kind of a human intervention inside into it. But the only thing is human intelligence more important than or very much known for us, okay, rather than artificial intelligence. If you want to talk about it, artificial intelligence where a minimum of human intervention is required in each and everything. Okay, so this picture shows in my PPT that smartphones or security or surveillance, social media platform, navigation, e-commerce, banking and financial sector, automation vehicle and smartphone, and irrespective of sectors, they started using artificial intelligence and everything. Okay, here I'm picking up a banking and financial sector. We'll get into it slowly. As I told you, artificial intelligence, it's a stimulation. I know that I'm slightly repeating it. Reason is to understand how far it's going to, how far it's been using in banking and how far its impact on the other side, like what we say is employer and as well as the user side. Okay, if you talk about it, human intelligence by machine or especially a computer system, you can able to understand a stimulation of human intelligence process. Stimulation, you know that what is a stimulation. Okay, and the most important thing here, before getting into it, I just wanted to talk about a little bit AI. We know that they have been using in different functional areas, especially okay in home appliances. You know that, and apart from that, BFSI sectors, banking and financial insurance sectors, lot and lot. Before getting into the topic, I just wanted to talk about the two things which has been AI part of it. You know that AI is help for decision making, okay, or predicting or creating effectiveness or saving the cost or delivering new solution to critical problem. You know that. But AI alone cannot be we cannot be alone using of AI. We need a little bit of a concept called deep learning on that. What are these aspects about of deep learning? A deep learning is the evaluate of learning approach that human being used to gain a certain type of knowledge. Begin with that. Okay, what is the problem? How it is the problem? How we are going to take forward the problems and everything. Here, the concept of, if we talk about deep learning, there is a concept called big data technologies and power of cloud computing, and everything comes into the picture. And one more thing is a machine learning. What is machine learning? When I talk about it, AI is simulation of human intelligent process by machine. So when you start implementing AI alone, a machine also will be the part of it, whom we are going to interact with that, okay, to the machine with what? A coding, okay, all are part of an algorithm. Fine. So what is that machine learning? It focuses on the development of computer program and algorithm, which provides a computer ability to learn and find the hidden insight without being explicit programs. The most important thing, why I have to talk about all these three is the next statement. What I'm going to talk about is AI is an expert system, and it talks about natural language processing, NPL also. I'll come to that. There are a few slides which I have to talk about it with the example on that. Fine. Expert system. Expert system means most of us professors, knows that you have come across with the management information system, and you would have been teaching the business information system or management information to the students. There you talk about the decision making process and everything. There will be a term called expert system. Expert system is nothing but a field, people who have been well versed on the particular field or their expertise. They'll give their ideas on that. You just see that it's a simulation of human intelligence process by a machine with the expert system, includes the expert system, and a programming called natural language processing. Okay, NPL is widely used in a banking sector, and speech recognition and machine invention. AI, if you talk about AI programming, three things majorly it focuses on: learning, reasoning, and self-correction. This is only we're going to talk about in that. To take it a little bit further on that, the goal of AI means artificial intelligence is to create an expert system. We have seen that. Apart from that, what it's trying to exhibit, it's trying to exhibit the intelligent behavior, learn, demonstrate, or explain the or advise to its users. Now you can able to understand that the goal. So each and every, for example, every bank wanted to adapt AI, they are implemented, and they are knows that 80% of bank knows that they have to implement AI. Okay, because 2023 by 2023 they have been trying to focus on their banking operations. I'm going to talk about the banking operations quite on that few slides is to be come down. Okay, and apart from that, to implement the human intelligence, so the intervention of human beings should not be there, but intervention of human intelligence should be there, creating a system to understand, think, learn, and behave like a human. I hope you'll understand the concepts or goal of AI. Okay. Here, banks just wanted to unlock the opportunity by playing an AI on the top of the banking data. What is the reason for them to play? For personalizations, productive gains on the product, labor incentiveness, or work like with the compliance and everything, frauds and deduction, customer recommendation on human error and everything. So these are the major thing which bank wanted to focus on that and need of an AI. Banking means that without banking, not complete entire economy will be down. Bank plays a very vital part in Indian economy. Okay, and the country which comes and invest and everything, they see the soundness of the banking, and Indian banking are very sound compared to others. Okay, because we are directly comes under the RBI. RBI have a Apex Bank and central bank monitors and everything. Okay, so to talk about all this, the banking means there be a numerous of data, millions and millions of customers are there. Okay, to store their customers and what is the customers need and how far we be able to give the better service to the customers. Okay, without each and every time, if you, I'm not sure whether most of the people have a bank account and everything, but if you go back to 20 years back, each and everything you have to go down to the bank and wait and have a discuss with them quite long time and everything. Nowadays we are not going to a bank at all. With your smartphone and everything, we are just interacting with our relationship managers, which are bank we are holding an account, or with an app, and with the help of digital payments and everything, we are doing the transactions and everything. Okay, we are only few people just walk in the bank if they have any sort of complaints and everything. Customers, the bank, each and every bank, they are focusing on to reduce the error. Okay, in terms of frauds and deductions, and as well as with the compliance, regulatory and compliance. Bank at the back-end operation, bank is divided into three parts: front end, middle end, and back end. So front end is the desk. You go walk into the lobby, you can see the people, whatever the queries you solve it and everything. At the middle end, they'll try all the transaction, everything, whatever queries is there, they push into it. At the back end, they'll try to take the records and pull the records from the data with the help of concept of data mining or data warehouse. They pull it and try to resolve the things and send back to the query to the front end, whatever you asked about it. So all this needs a lot of process. Okay, there is a lot of process or operations involved into it to reduce all this and save the time. Okay, time effectiveness, cost, and better service in terms of employee to their employees, bank employees as to the customers, and interface with the kind of an app or web-based kind of things. Okay, they're focusing on that. They're trying to using this concept of artificial intelligence and everything. To get into the artificial intelligence, I have to talk about this three main thing. What is it? Apart apart from learning, reasoning, and self-correction, three main things which banks focus on that. One is descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analysis. What is descriptive? It describes about the variables. You know that customer demographical variable, age, job types, and everything in the KYC forms, whatever they given it. With that, they'll try to filter it, how for it, what kind of account, what kind of benefit they can give it on like that. This is called a descriptive analysis. Okay. Predictive analysis, how they are going to predict on that. It talks about the employed in the data-driven concept. For example, what are the variables I can get able to give you the measurement is that how a customer can be able to appreciate the banking services. For example, to make you to understand the things when you order in a Swiggy or Zomato, whatever an app, okay, with the help of a app. Once the order is got delivered and everything, we've done the payment, select the things, all the process, we leave it. Once you're done, order is delivered, and they'll ask for a feedback. Likewise, the bank also, what they're trying to think, they give some sort of customer appreciation service or product, whatever they're given it, they'll try to ask you some sort of feedbacks. Okay. With that, they try to understand and try to predict it, what kind of a quality service they can give it. To make you to understand a little bit further on that, Bank of Baroda. How many of them using a Bank of Baroda? I'm not sure with it, but just 1 year back, the internet banking, what they given it, okay, a lot of things they have revamped and restructured their internet banking facility to the customers, and each and everything they'll try to ask to the customers whether you satisfied it to them or you are need any sort of, you need us to says that any sort of correction is required, or how can better the service can given it. Likewise, so every time the quality of service is they ingrained to, that is called a predictive kind of a thing, satisfaction, behavior, and everything. Perspective. When kind of a perspective, what is that? Here it comes of recommendations, what to do to achieve the goals on that. They focus on the behavior variable of the customers and the employee on that. Okay, these are the three things: descriptive, predictive, and perspective analytics. So these are the things in any part of the thing. So to talk about the historical definition of in the field of AI, in the 4 different approaches we can able to see. There is a book called Artificial Intelligence, a modern, I given the source, a modern approach, the author, okay, which talks about the Peter Norring and Russell. They talks about the 4 things: thinking humanly, thinking rationally, acting humanly, and acting rationally. If you want to think of, or if you want to know about AI, these are the 4 things you have to focus on that. Each and everything, to better to understand the concepts, we need a little bit on the history side. What is that history? That AI, if you see that, it is not a very new concept to us. To talk about it, AI there is a myth saying that even in the mechanical, there is mechanical men in ancient Greeks and mechanical men in ancient Greeks. There was a myth, okay, Egyptian myth. They says that, okay, they had artificial intelligence and kind of they're using like kind of a thing. Afterwards, what kind of thing revolution? Because I'm talking about myths which goes to 13th century. The concept is been from 13th century onwards. But the concept of AI, more we can be able to see the evolution of neurons. It comes into it. The period we called as a maturation of AI. That's 1943 to 1952. This is the period where they initially talked about artificial neurons. Okay, they wanted to how for it and everything. And in year 1949, Donald Hebb, they're trying to update and modify this connection strength between the neurons. And 1915, there was a little bit turning point on artificial intelligence, like an Alan Turing machine. That is a pioneer in machine learning kind of a concepts. He started using the computer machinery and intelligence. He wanted to check the machine ability, whether the machine can able to exhibit the intelligence in terms of behavior equivalent to the human intelligence. You can type in Google, you can able to see 1915 Alan Turing test would be the major thing. The birth of AI, artificial intelligence, was Dartmouth Conference, which was been in 1955. Alan Neville and Herbert. So 1952 to 1956, they started using of concepts called logical theory inside into it. Okay, neuron, then machine language, then they started using of logical theory. They had made a program which is approved by 38 out of 52 mathematical theorems they used on that. And 1956, in the conference, they have American scientist John M.C. Carvith. They presented on the conference about the concept which field coined with the term called artificial intelligence. It came to the international conference that is called Dartmouth Conference and everything. In that, he talked about much about high-level computer languages such as Fortran, LISP, or Global, COBOL. Golden year, if you kids that were full-fledged enthusiastically, we can able to say that the concept of artificial intelligence came to 1956 to 1974. So 1996, the first chat box ELISA has been, which has been a mathematical professor, Joseph. Okay, he did the first chat box named as ELISA, and he was developing an algorithm on that. After that, the first 1972, the intelligence robot Warbot 1 is made in Japan. We call it as a humanoid robot. Okay, the first AI winter is 1980. There was a shortage of funds in the government, which there was a little bit slowdown on the process of research and everything. Okay, afterwards 1980, the boom came picture. Okay. 1980 means the expert system. They started using it before my introduction. It includes the expert system and natural language processing. Also, I said here the concept of 1980. There was a computer, all Charles Babbage, and you know that before that they have been inventing of computers and everything on that programming codes. So there the system expert system came into it, and ERP also was being a peak on that. Okay, for decision making of ability of human experts. The second AI winter, this focus on it was a very capturing point. Okay, and the expert system such as XCon was very cost effective and started using on that. And there was an emergency of intelligent agents in 1993 and 2011. And 1997 onwards, this concept of artificial intelligence, much people started knowing more about it. IBM Deep Blue, the first computer to beat the chess champion. That time was Gary Kasparov was there. He defeated the AI with the help of AI. They created a chess kind of a thing. They used to play with that. So it was first it came into it. There was an option called of AI which can be used as an expert system in our enterprises, company, and everything. In 2002, the AI in home we call as Roomba. Okay, it is a vacuum cleaner. They started. In 2006, and the companies like Facebook, Twitter, and Netflix, they started using it. The concepts of deep learning, big data, and artificial intelligence, all this. And 2011, there was a concept that they given with the 1950 Alan Turing. He have given certain testers and everything. IBM Boston win the test and editing. So that came into the picture, and he's proved that natural language process is a very good national, that is nothing but NLP. So 2012, Google Now and Chatbox 2014, okay, and 2015, Amazon Echo, and if you see 2020, 21 or 23, AI just to come, each and everything we have been a part of AI. This is the brief history. So each and every one, the term artificial intelligence for us is not new, okay. In general, if you say is that a science of making a machine smarter, artificial intelligence, which CEO of Google Deep Minds, they says about it. The intelligent machine is the one that can perceive its environment and optimize successful achieving the goals. I said about the goals. 3 types of analytics: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. So descriptive and predictive, then the prescriptive, what is that for us is the major is to achieve the goal. A computer with AI ability can ingest the data, analyze it, understand it, and takes action for it and improve for the performance independent for the, what is it? Effective decision making and time effectiveness, and for the productivity Okay, apart from the productivity, what is the major important input thing? Any sort of to overcome any sort of human errors and everything. To talk about it, I've just this picture shows very clearly. You can able to understand the things. Okay, the sense, comparatedness, and action. Here, the three things talks about AI technology, which are computer vision, audio processing, and the programming called as natural language processing, and knowledge representations, machine learning, and expert systems. Whatever we seen on the previous slides, all this with the help of AI, and what is coming out as illustration solution to us. Virtual agents, identify analytics. With a smartphone, you have a fingerprint sensor. With that, you are opening it. Okay, cognitive robotics, speech analytics, even Google. For example, if instead of typing the message, okay, voice go, you can able to with the voice, you can able to say some words and it will be type shows on that or type recommendation system and data visualization. The component of AI, we should know about it. Where are this application be used? These are the things which we're going to see, which are the banks also is going to use. These are the component of AI banks also using on that. Image recognition, speech recognition, chat box, natural language generation, sentiment analysis, and type of models. That is nothing but deep learning, machine learning, natural networks, okay, and software and hardware which supports with cloud data storage, computer, and GPU, and programming language like building the model is Python, TerraFlow, Java, etc. One more thing, I just wanted to talk about it. When you talk about image recognition, what is it? How they are dealing with it in banks really? Okay. To say about it, I can be able to coin the term called image analytics. I wanted instead of I wanted to use that impact of image data and associate analytics with that. You know that each and everyone are aware about Facebook and they're using Facebook also. Facebook has over 100 billion images. Okay, 100 billion images, number increase exponential every day. They're trying to see that 100 billion images who have seen, how they have seen, what per second they have seen, and what is the picture shows that and everything. Okay, it estimates that it takes around 3,200 person per year to view them, and if how many persons spending on that, these are the person how many persons spends 1 second on that particular image and everything. Another thing, YouTube, it estimates almost about 690 million videos they're going through. Which are the things you know that if you do any sort of video, any classes or anything, or any sort of videos, you do short films and everything, you would upload it in a YouTube channel, more number of viewers comes and view it, will look lakhs and lakhs, then you'll get some sort of remuneration from that and everything. The financial institutions out there using this image recognition in the form of data and everything is in the legal department, underwriters, they're using it, policy management, claims, settlements and insurance and everything, and management information systems, data processing, etc. In medical, they are using X-ray and scans. In banks, here though our topic is banks, I wanted to concentrate a little bit on banks more. So banks, we know that they have tons of unstructured data. What is that unstructured data? Normally, most of the professors, you know, that when you do some sort of research or anything, when you're collecting some sort of respondents from the people, okay, what we'll do is not every kind of data, whatever you collected, we take it. We call that as unstructured data. We just what is required with. Sometimes people will not given appropriate answers and everything. Okay, we should eliminate that and everything in the coding, and we'll make it as a structured data. Likewise, in the bank, what will we do is that unstructured data on interaction of with the customers or customer photographs or old documents, to name a few. They have a lot of data. All this, what will happen is they use that this image technology in a nutshell form. This image technology or image analytics, what is the process is that they transform this unstructured data in the form of images or in a videos, which machine can able to read in a different parameters or variable and extract the valuable information for a decision making. To make you to understand a little bit better on that, it converts the images into logical output in the form of parameter we call as a rich time series data. What is the rich time series data? I'll tell you the process, how it is. But first, they'll try to remove the noise which is mean on the image, and it make the image as a readable format. And another one, they'll try to recognize the future of important pattern of that image, how that images looks and everything, whether it is proper, you can able to. And then this all we call as a pre-processing. Next, what they will do is clustering. They will do it. Normally, the clustering is different different graphicals or segmentations of image belong to different groups, a male, female kind of a thing. Okay, or in terms of NRA account, or we have a residence account. Likewise, then the last process what they'll do is the concept of data mining, the analysis of data, and data mining to predict the outcome, what is what. So image recognitions or image analytics banks is widely used and everything. For example, to make you to understand a little bit better on that, for your FDP also, the FDP programs, whatever they, instead of link, they're given a QR scan code. So it is an image. With the help of an app QR code, what is that code images consists of informations. Likewise, okay. To talk about the financial industry, how they're using it, how they're spotting up this image recognition in the digitalization of applications, KYC forms, document workflow solution, checking images. Okay, it is estimated that the digitalization reduced the processing cost of 80% of the banks with all this kind of image applications which they use as. Okay, to name the few banks which I wanted to tell is TD, Bank of America, Provident Bank. They use the remote deposit captures. Okay, it allows the customer to deposit checks, electronic use of mobile devices. To talk about our Indian banks, now we are Kotak or ICC, or a lot of banks, they have started using app. Even public sector banks also they're using it. In insurance, the majorly they're trying to leverage upon the cameras and barcode use of smartphones for refilling automobile insurance or quote request by using image of their driving license or a VIN, which is nothing but the vehicle identification numbers and everything. The bank also used this kind of predictive. They use that image as a predictive video, try to understand it, whether any kind of malpractice and everything happens in ATM. It alerts the some kind of security measures to the banks and everything. HSBC Bank, you know that, which is a foreign bank, they use facial recognitions and everything. And banks also using the voice kind of recognitions. You're quite sure. Initially, HSBC was the first bank to use the voice recognition. Now, because normally when you use the mobile banking and all, what you need to type remember the password and login password, user ID and login password and everything, then you have to go on that. But there is a concept of auto bank, which allows the customers to log in using to the recognized facial recognition systems and everything. With your thumb impression also, you can go and log in inside into it with the fingerprints, or with your facial that with the biometric biometrics and everything, iris biometrics, you can log in. Like a lot of things now banks have started using on it slowly, and a lot of banks are successfully using on that. And bank also use the voice-based account services, voice-based, that's in speech recognition. I'm talking about voice-based recognition service, voice activation transactions. The United Bank of India, ICICI Bank, Kotak banks. Okay, there are a few. Those are the few banks which I'm putting across as an example. They recognized, they try to recognize and facilitate the authentication process of mobile banking and everything for the people. Chatbox and natural algorithm generations have slides to talk about it. I have to concentrate more on, I'll talk about the usage of the AI. This most widely they're using it. What is that sentiment analysis? They're using it. AI software to read through the open text, but that's nothing but open text is nothing but customers' feedbacks. Okay, feed forms or survey or social media post about the bank from the customers and everything. If you know that all the banks now, they have been your friend, they're acting as your friend. Okay, not more than a service provider, they're acting as your friends, because they have services, they're taken the service to the next level, that in the social media, Facebooks, Instagram, or any other social platform, whichever they feel comfortable, they want to take it WhatsApp and everything. Okay, what is happen is that if you are not be quite happy with the banks and everything, they wanted to track the word called that what is the feedback they're talking about on that particular bank, on their bank, and whatever the queries or things they're giving it on that. Majorly they talks about the services of the banks which they offered on that. Okay, and what is the feedback? There is a certain walk-in customers comes inside into it, or any sort of you're using internet banking or mobile banking, randomly some sort of pop-up message will come as a sort of feedback. Their service is quite reasonable, or you're satisfied with it. They'll try to figure it out with the help of this sentimental analysis. Okay, the major attribute what they take is customer attitude, equity investing, monitoring the credit markets, compliance needs compliances they're trying to monitor and everything. Okay, the traditional machine learning methods such as Naive Bayesian, logistical regressions, and support vector machine (SVM). These are the things which they use for sentimental analysis at the back end. Okay, companies like IBM, Twitter, and Intel, they're using mostly for their to understand their employees, how they can predict the things, what can be done for the future for them, benefits and everything. They're using this. This is the application. I've just widely spoken about the application, how they have been using it, the component of AI. Now we'll come to the real picture, that is artificial intelligence banking. Why banking? What is necessary? Indian banks are making an AI investment in area that are data intensive, systematic. Okay, and apart from this, they're critical to the bank focus on majorly on profitability, customer experiences, productivity, and compliance. Bank means you know that bank is not a non-profit organization. Okay, they focus on the maximization of profit and reduce the cost, operating cost. They have a lot of operating cost on that. And another important in implementing all this kind of infrastructure, that means information technology infrastructure. Okay, they're also, they have to incur a lot of expenses on that. And to maintain also they have to, so how to overcome all the stuffs and everything. So what is the bank focus majorly on? Profitability, customer experience, productivity, and compliance. These are the key 4 variables they're focusing, and they wanted to use on that, the concept of artificial intelligence. So AI in banking sector, if we talk about it, banks effectiveness, trustworthy, helpful, and more understanding their customers, how far they are rendering the service, how far the technology reaching to each and every customers who are being part of or associated with their banks. Okay, not with the customers, also companies and so many things. It minimizes the operation cost, improves the customer support, and process automations. It also helps the user to select the loan amount on attractive interest rate. Loan amount, I have to show a little bit process. I have quite a number of images to show you on that, how they are doing it and everything. Allows the banks to update the process automatically and work under the exiting regulatory companies. Compliance, and compliance means a lot of things will come. If we talk about the compliance, is the one thing which I can talk about is front office, middle office, back office. When I'm talking about that, I'll talk about that times compliance, how there plays a major role, and how it is big a deck for the banks to it. To save the cost of the front end, that was conventional banking, middle, anti-frauds, and back underwriting. Okay, these are the things where artificial intelligence in banks plays a major role. We need of AI in banks. You know that because I put it across better customer service, profitable, productivity, and apart from this customer experience, compliance, etc. Okay, they're focusing major on the part of customer better handle internal functions, frauds, experiences, security operations, and financial forecasting, how they can able to wait. So operating costs should not be exit day by day. The banks trying to reduce the operating cost they can able to show quite number of profit on that. Okay, improve the efficiency, service, and productivity, as well as reducing cost or improving a return on investment. Most important thing, the financial person, they knows that what we invest, something should be come back, return on invest gradually, not by things. So the more and more we should focus on that, how to reduce the cost. That's only the AA needs in banks. To talk about the AA strengthening the components of banks, especially enhance the customer experience, the first thing will comes inside it, right? Out there, try to understand the customers and to give their better service to based on their behaviors and everything. Behavior, we've seen about how the past transactions and everything, how they have done, how they are being associated with the banks, how the transaction is going on, how far they are using it. Based on that, it automatically figures out. Okay, when you log in internet banking or mobile banking, also automatically every time what is the IP address, internet protocol, whatever you're using it with the help of any sort of service provider. Okay, it goes and record at the back end. Okay, so each and every time with a particular reason, for example, Hariharan is logging is extensively using the mobile banking application for each and everything of his transactions. They know they can able to figure it out with that number of times I log in a day or in a month or in a year, how many times they're using it extensively. So what will they'll give, try to give some more offers or try to give some more services, value added services to me on the mobile phone itself. They're not allowing me to come inside into the banks, and they'll try to give any sort of queries or something. They'll give and they'll try to put me onto the relationship, virtual relationship managers or chat box. Likewise, okay, a prediction of a future outcomes and trend. Here, outcomes and trend means you understand the future scenario, how it will be. Analyzing again the past data or past behaviors, how things goes on it. Here, AI helps to predict the future outcome and trends with the help of identifying the frauds, detecting the anti-money laundering patterns, and make the customers what is they're giving some sort of customer recommendation, what is required for them and everything. Here, the concept of I'm talking about anti-money laundering, ALM. You knows that lot of it has been the process of middle end operation to be there. So here, a lot of frauds and everything. You can ask me your questions that there'll be definitely will be a one kind of question raised on that. If they're using artificial intelligence in all this operation, banking operations, then there will not Vijay Mallya will be run out or Niraj Modi and everything else. They would have detected and everything. Bank is slowly implementing on stage by stages. Okay, we can't. They should study about the feasibility, which is suitable for them, and what is immediately we can able to deliver to their customers. Okay, and how the customers can use it. All of a sudden, most of the people we came to into digitalization world, we understood the digital after demonetization only. If I'm not wrong, 2016 onwards, we started using so many things and everything. Now we are used to it and part of it. This COVID also came into the picture, and we have started using so many things, and we are not we proved ourselves that we are not much far with the Western culture of educations and everything. Likewise, this kind of concept, okay, they're trying to implement stage by stage. First, they'll focus on the customers, the customer-based services and everything, and what is next needed for them, which are the major area on fraud detection, the area or bank reconciliation statements, which are the phase by phases they're trying to implement, and they're focusing on that, and they're been on the process. So with this of that, they can able to predict and forecast what are the over a period of time, they can able to take the data in hand, and they try to understand how the numbers goes on, and they can able to predict on that. So cognitive process automation, what is it's reduce it majorly CPA. One more concept of RPA, I'm going to talk about it. Okay, CPA is reduce the cost and ensures the accurate and quick processing of service to each steps. And another realistic interactive interface, that here I'm going to talk about chat box. How far it's going to helpful, how it saves the time of the bank and reduce the cost in terms of compliance and in front office and so many things. Effective decision making, again that CPA, that cognitive process automation comes into the picture, that things and respond like a human experts, provide optimal based kind of available data in real time. If you go down to Canara Bank, if you see on the Bangalore head office Canara Bank, there is a human kind of a robot will be there. Okay, we call if automatically goes down, you stand, it recognizes with your face physical expressions or iris biometrics and everything, or a fingerprint, whatever it may be. Automatically it gives you your informations and everything. Then you can be able to what you required, what are the things you can able to navigate, you can able to move around, what are the things they're given around it, which are the tabs and whatever things are required for it and everything. This we call as a future kind of a banking. Okay, so this also helps for them into it to try to figure out how many queries and everything can, and they can able to put it across a strategic decision for or put it. It is called act as a knowledge database. Okay, it's act as a knowledge database. Try to understand and figure out how can we can able to reduce and what can be done and everything. The robotic automation process, which is widely used in each and every bank nowadays. Okay, this is one of the artificial intelligence which banks are using on that. It enables automation of 80% of respective work process, allowing the knowledge workers to dedicate their value-added operations. Value-added banks means not only they're not only collecting the money, okay, or they're not only accepting the deposits or entering the services like loans or other things. Apart from, they came to lot of wealth management, so many things. They are into the part of so many things now. With banking activities been from the commercial banking, retail banking, conventional banking, they are into now the traditional banking has been moved out. Okay, they are into the cross-selling products. Lot of things they're dealing with it. Okay, so the customer has to know a lot of what are the services they have. So they're using this robotic automation process, IGCA, very wonderful, because probably last professor also would have told you that he is very fond of ICICI Bank, but because ICICI is a pioneer on that, using it, HDFC using it, S Bank, ICICI and X Bank, if you open and see that, if you navigate itself, you can try to understand it. Okay, most of the people knows that, and we are part of it using artificial, with or without knowing we are using artificial intelligence, but you're not clear. This is the thing, a technical term we can able to see. If you go to S Bank, I'll show you, because I have to have what are the banks they're using artificial intelligence, how extensively they're using artificial intelligence, and I put it across in the PPT. The PPT had to come on that usage of artificial intelligence banks. Okay, the robotic robot and all, what's what they automatically, this chat box will come. It gives you, it acts as a mimic of employee who's working in the bank. Will try to respond to you with the voice-based recognition, or sometimes your very highly network customers, you have a kind of security and everything with facial expressions or a biometric. Again, I'm coming to the point, and with thumb impression, you can open up, and with the kind of authentications. Okay, they are trying to give on that. So now we are coming to the typical activity in banking. You know that they are into sales and marketing, operations, and support functions. So I'm not going in deep into it, but we are going to talk about the operation part. That there you see the transaction processing, documentations, compliance, branch operation, customer service, and risk management. They are focusing more and more on this kind of a part. To talk about it, banks, as I told you, front line, that front office, middle office, and back office. So front line, if you say front office, what are the things they focus on? Marketing. Okay, their marketing, what are, you'll be quite sure with the concept of CRM. Okay, customer relationship management. They're using analytics there, trying to figure it out how the customer, what is customers need for them, and they wanted to get some sort of data from the customers. Okay, whether this customer can able to open up a FD or RD. See here, they're using, with the help of data, they're just trying to structure it, unstructured data, whatever they collected, they're trying to structure it. And that structured data, they're trying to figure out who would be a potential customer for us, them for a other cost link kind of a product. So product and services, what kind of a product they can offer, demat account or trading, ask them to go for some sort of wealth management or other thing like PPF, NPS, all this, which are the things, financial service product they can tag into it. Sales and relationship, case solutions, credit scoring, risk management, automated reconciliation, and everything. Middle office, there are operation side, if you see, identity and the authentication, research analytics, and the process automation solutions, wherever they can able to use it. So loan, mortgage processing, etc. Back office frauds and monitoring, early warning system, which it gives if anything fraud goes or number is getting mismatched or anything else, it gives a little bit alert to the people who have been a data manager or who have been IT people. Okay, they'll or to the complaints department who's heading that. They'll give some sort of intimations that this is something wrong is happening on that. A people performance management, as I say, predictive recruitment model, cybersecurity, and everything. Okay, now we will come to the real thing called A application banking and financial service, where and how it goes on that. Little bit of term I talked about machine learning. What is machine learning? I told you, and what is natural processing, natural language processing, when it started using it. If you see that Alan Turing, he started using it with the help of programming. Okay, natural language processing he started using, and he said it is very viable to use it with the help of artificial intelligence. If you see that in banking and financial services, the most important thing will be on the part of which part it's been most important. They'll focus on this ALM and fraud detection and chat box, because the programming using with the help of the customer recommendation. So the program is drawn in such a way, okay, they collect it and they'll put a algorithm based kind of a program will be drawn on the with the help of natural language processing, and they'll trying to put it across into it. Okay. In the tradings like financial market tradings like algorithm trading and everything they're using on that. Even the trading and settlement financial market, even NSE and everything, they're talking about it. Mostly, for example, normal kind of a trading, if you use algorithm based kind of a trading, it gives a clear thing exactly when and how we can able to make a profit and everything. As Professor Satyanarayan also, when introducing about, he talks about the loan processing and everything. The same thing, the loan approval process also. It tried to figure it out. It collectively full cognitive approach will be there, automation process, CPA, and this with the help of cognitive, they'll put it across into a robotic automatic process and try to give it what is his age, what is his income. He'll pull off certain parameter variables, and he'll try to focus out whether he is eligible for this much only and everything. For example, in the pandemic and all, most of the banks, they're trying to offer it based on the customer's holding with the past history, means past records of the transaction, whatever doing it. They'll try to send some sort of their marketing executives and everything over the phone with hassle-free kind of loans they're given it, and what you can able to pay, how much you can pay. If credit card holders means automatically you can have 3 to 4 lakhs kind of a thing. How can they immediately without any sort of documentation? Is that if you have to go and get if you wanted to go and get the personal loan or any kind of a loan, we have to run through the banks with a more number of documents and everything. I was submitted. I've gone through a lot. But in the pandemic time last year, when it been talked about the first wave, I've just within one click, within 1 hour, the amount I've been get credited into my account with the help of a credit card, Citibank credit card. I'm holding it. So I have an app. Okay. Previously, what is my credit worthiness, credit scores, and everything will be there. With a fraction of a second, nothing is there. Details, whatever automatically is there. I'm exiting customer for them. It's easy for them to track. With what is required, what is the loan amount, how much processing fees. That's all. Within 2 minutes, I've done. Within 1 hour, I given an account number, which account number to be my savings account. Automatically, amount got created. It's so hassle-free kind of a thing. Automation. Here only the automation comes into the picture. Okay. Here they're using it, human intelligence, they're using it with the help of concept of artificial intelligence. Nothing, not human intervention is there, but they're using human intelligence into it, minimum on that. Another one major area, fraud detection. I've just come across 2 days before, yesterday also I come across in the news that 18, more and more, and cybersecurity. If you go and see on the website of cybersecurity, more and more number of frauds is happening in terms of e-commerce website and everything. The amount got too much amount got created from that particular, debited from his particular account, whose account was supposed to pay and everything. And in terms of OTP, okay, one-time password. They came up with the concept of two-tier kind of authentication, two kind of OTP and everything. Here, to talk about this, here, what is that hassle-free? Two kind of, sometimes if you open a mobile banking, certain mobile banking like government, public sector's bank like corporation banks and all, certain times running through web will be running or not proper updates or something will be there. Okay, but if you go to the private sectors, where here I'm giving you some sort of example. Okay, private sector bank, they are understanding the what customers really need, and with the few of this sentimental analysis which we are talking about, they're able to precise or predict what should be there and what could be added into their exiting futures or value-added services in banking, which is offered to the customers or customer experience. If S-Bank, if you see that, automatically what is that? Even because I am using S-Bank also, what will happen? Automatically, there is a concept of S-Robot. Instantly WhatsApp, I got my number is tagged into WhatsApp and everything. In WhatsApp itself, what is required for me, what is required, the robot kind of automation process will give you a reply to me, what is required and what is what. So need not I call to the customer care and asked, or to the IVR or to the phone banking. I need not to go down to the website to reduce my times and everything. And what is query I asked? Ari is one of my customers asking about these other queries, whether his customer is fine with it. If it's not fine, immediately the call will be transferred to my relationship manager. He'll call me, sir, you have asked for so many things, but how can I help you out and everything. So this is automation process. Why I'm saying is I'm talking about OTP, 2 times OTP. When I do any sort of mobile transaction with the help of S-Bank, okay, with the help of S-Robot or something, what will happen is that I'll not get any OTP kind of a message. I can simply type only the my MPIN password. That's all. So here idle freeze. I would wait for, if my signal is not there, I have to wait for what? OTP. Once the service provider send me, then only I can enter it. Otherwise, the transaction will be denied. So many, because each and every transaction there will be a limit. The seconds will be running on that and everything. Okay. Likewise. So fraud detection is a major area. How the fraud and how the bank can be responded with it. Okay, here lot of complaints they will come on frauds. Okay, even credit cards who are offering to the people, they give some sort of fake KOCs and everything. They got records and they'll be running around it. So how they can able to predict how so the customers who's coming inside into it, they are not part of exiting customer, they are a new customer. How can we can give with the documents, with the supporting document what we collected, or with the information whatever they fill in the application form or whichever data they uploaded it, with capturing of the data, how can I able to predict it, whether this customer is a very genuine customers, or if you're asking a loan to us, you can able to repay or everything. So your artificial intelligence plays a role on that. There will be a kind of a slab will be written. Okay. So based on the income and based on there'll be some sort of tele-verification will be done, and they'll check on at the back end, civil scores and everything automatically they will check. So these are things automatically. Instead of that, artificial intelligence pulls and gives the related information to that and put it on the dashboard, and they can able to view out. So with this, the decision making will come easy, where everything is on your dashboard in front of your system. It's easy for you to take a decision. Okay. Otherwise, to make you to understand a little bit better for our students, to talk to our students, continuous internal assessment should be there. How for to say to him, you're not attending the online classes, I should have a periodical their attendance details and everything, how much time is logged in, how much time is not there, in between how many network issues and everything. If I have data with me, with the everything on my dashboard with the graph, and show you see how much time you have been inside the class. This is hours. After 60 hours, you are there for 20 hours or certain things I'm not able to see your continuous internal assessment marks. Likewise, numbers are there, it's easy to talk to you. Likewise, for them, department at the back end, what will be, they'll have numbers. Okay, this artificial intelligence pulls and gives the numbers in front of the dashboards. Easy for them to assess whether they have a multiple credit card, how the transaction they have done on previously, they are periodically pay. What is if they're getting also, what is the amount I can give to them as a credit limit or a cash withdrawal? All this thing is able to. So this will avoid in the fraud detection futures and everything. Anti-money laundering. So a lot of people have done research on that. If I'm not wrong, last 5 years back also more and more concepts they're trying to implement on that. And even on the real estate also, this kinds of artificial intelligence blockchain they want to implement to get it adult freeze on that. So this is another important thing. Anti-money laundering concept is a major thing. So they're focusing on that. Credit approval. So another loan agreement, any sort of loan you're asking for buying a personal loan or marriage or a vacation or education loan, or if you want a car, anything, okay? How does this, the document, whatever you've given it, the same thing goes for the bank. From there, they used to study the credit histories and credit ranking, and previously any type of loan is there, what is the periodic payment of your loan, how much times you have taken, 5 years, 7 years, what is the interest you have paid, how is any sort of lag in that. In your in time of COVID time also, you regularly paid your loan amount, you got anything on that you paid, or any how many loans have been pending. So they'll see to it all this. So automatically this automation systems picks when the once the image of the particular person and the application is scanned, it try to pull the related data of that particular person and put in the dashboard. It's easy for them to approve and take a call. That's only the previously takes 10 days or 15 days to approve loans and everything. Now they're taking a fraction of a second to approve the loan. The major uses of AI, that means in banking, okay, as I told you, front office, middle office, and back office, I put it across it how they wanted to save the cost on that. To talk about the cost saving, the banks by using application, AI application, they estimate that $447 billion by 2023 in front office alone they're going to save on that, okay, and $416 billion by 2023 they're focusing on the middle office. This was data pulled from business insider intelligence, okay. And 80%, I said previously, I told you 80% of banks are highly aware of that. They focus on that, and they, with the help of IT team and with the help of other service providers like fintech, okay, or other startups and everything. So bank is not only the thing service provider. For them, there are a third-party service provider also there. For SBA, if you take it, SBA, the credit cards and all third-party service provider. Bank is only giving the amount to the, okay, directly to the particular customer which they are holding it. But the loan collection amount and everything, ICBC, HDFC, they are outsourcing it. So they have third-party services, even bill desk, when you pay any sort of transaction, bill tax, tech process, now Paytm, all this, so many things, other thing, even S-Bank, so many things are coming into the picture. So what is that? They wanted to most reduce the cost or saving in the bank operating cost, the front office and middle office, they can able to save quite a lot on that. Okay. So what that, by implementing of AI, the concept called chat box in the front office and the middle office, anti-frauds and risk, KUC and anti-money laundering, and back office, great underwritings and legacy compliance and everything on that. Okay. For this, the front office, what kind of AI they're using it? Voice assistant, biometric, nothing but so if I wanted to know something, I wanted to put a FD immediately. I have quite a certain amount comes to my account. I wanted to put a FD. What does I do? I do not immediately run to the bank. If you have mobile app, and what is it with the help of chat box or voice assistant? I want to put a FD. What is a FD rate? What is the percentage for 60 days, 90 days? Automatically, I'll get that. One thing from your account, you can transfer to the FD account. That's all. Within fraction of a second, FD account, and you'll get a message from the bank at the back end. Your name will be typed. What is the thing? You'll get the certificate from that also. Okay. And most of the times now, you know that most of the people are salaried income people, form 15G, 15H. So in the month of April, May or June, okay, this is a month. People wanted to get the things or file and everything, and they want to go on stand for the bank in a queue and everything. Now, for example, ICICI Bank, I'll put it. When I come to ICICI Bank, I'll talk about it. But in when I'm talking about this, I just wanted to say 1 lakh forms, which is people who were applying form 15 and 15G of their customers. Fraction of a second, they're able to give it and everything. automatically comes to your thing, certificates, DA certificates and everything. Even certain banks, public sector's bank also, Bank of Baroda also, with the flash and everything apply, automatically you can able to download it into your app itself in a PDF format, whichever you wanted, in Excel or PDF format. These are the service for it, okay? With the help of chat box, they're giving it on voice and everything. For example, I told you on that. And if you talk about it, the potential benefit of present by artificial intelligence, one more is open text survey as a financial service or professional, whatever the service they're offering to the customers and everything. And 75% of respondents at the bank with of 100 billion of their assets are implementing on AI strategic decision making. This was a thing talking about the business intelligence. Okay, insider intelligence, they talked about BIA. And another important thing, AI uses already again across the banking operations, as we see on chat box, okay, in the front office, anti-payment frauds, okay, in the middle and back office, investments and financial services, and etc. It is a greater cost savings opportunity for across the banks, okay. Bank or a leverage of AI on the front end. Mostly they're implementing more and more on this robotic process automations, okay, with the help of cognitive process automations. They're implementing on the front end in terms of chat box and everything to smooth the customer identification and authentication and their better services. As I told you, this chat box is like like an employee, or sometimes it will not, that voice based kind of thing will not come, or chat box you can immediately type how can I help you out and everything else. Sometimes voice assistants will be there, or it will try to understand a deeper customer relationship, provide a personalized insights and recommendation to them what is required for them. And the middle office, to, as I said, to detect and prevent payment frauds, to improve the process for the anti-money laundering. KYC, check regulatory. Most of the things, the KYC, what the data, if again they're properly being checked and everything, this kind of anti-money laundering or frauds, fraud will not be happened. Okay. So what they did is just KYC every year they started updating. Previously, there are not KYC much. They opened account and everything. Because of that, they end up of you know that, okay, the bank in balance sheet shows non-performing asset too much, NPA and everything. So if the KYC documents and everything is properly filled and regularly updated, it be now you know that Aadhaar card, okay, Aadhaar card is a number. It give an identification number. Likewise, each and everything they tagged Aadhaar card, Aadhaar card, Aadhaar card. So automatically it been tagged. PAN card is also, Aadhaar card also. Whatever you do the transaction, automatically it be tagged. They can able to figure it out. What is the amount being deposited and how much it is there. They're regularly watching and focusing on that. And it gives the idea for them any kind of unusual amount is parking on your account, huge and everything, and you're not been properly recorded, you're not sources that, or you're not recorded properly, then it gives some sort of fraud detection to that. These are the things that are helpful most on that. So technology, as we talked about, the only immediate thing in my PPT, you can able to figure it out that I'm talking more on customer experiences and that banking operations. What is how the AI going to give and everything. If you see from front office to back office, you can able to see that what are the things they're giving: facial scanning and initial transactions. Okay, conventional bots for a basic service requires and everything. What is that bots? I'm going to talk about a little bit on that. When it comes each and every bank, the time I have to talk about it. I will explain it a bit detailing on that concept. And another important thing is a micro expressions analysis with virtual loan officers. Now, you instantly can be able to open an account sitting in a home. ICCI started that hassle-free loans and everything. Before Corona, relationship manager will come with the tab. Automatically, if you have a document, scan and upload it, and you will see verified and go. Now that also is not there. What is that? You can instantly open an account. You have all the required documents. You scan and upload it. Then your account will be open. Later, when you can physically, they'll use to check and everything. That humanoid robot in branches to serve the customers. So if you go down to bank kiosks and everything, it talks about what you are doing, automatic printing, passbook printing machines and everything. So biometric voice, video, print to authenticate data authorized, machine vision with the help of QR scan codes and process data and everything. Back office, we are machine learning to detect the fraud, detect cyber attacks and everything with the help of other programming languages, Python and natural language processing, building up a mathematical model inside and to detect and everything. Okay, I'll talk about why ATM, more number of frauds is happen in ATM. We can, people are cracking the ATM machines and everything. What is the logarithm begin with that? Why they are doing on that? I'll talk about a little bit on the end. So real-time transaction analysis for risk monitoring. Okay, this is the AI technique that customer experiences from front end to the back end office operations. We'll come to the topic, today's topic. So the usage of AI in banks. Okay, the major, there are a lot of things that they're using it. Major, if AI means, what you have to know is about chat box. What is that chat box? As I told you, it is a program that many conversation with the people using artificial intelligence techniques. That artificial techniques, what is it? Can you excuse me? So what is that? Natural language processing. When I talk about this, as I told you, Alan Turing, he has made some sort of algorithm program, okay, and try to check with the intelligence, what is that, artificial intelligence, how the machine is responding it. For that only I've talked about, because when I'm talking about this kind of technical terms, certain people will be from engineering background, certain people non-engineering background. So I have to talk about a little bit about the history, how it came out and what we are using it and everything. So image, video processing and audio. Chatbox or another important thing, it gives a clear picture for a particular person, customer who's login. You are not quite difficult to navigate. You have to go to different tab and try to see out because of data pack and everything. Consumption of data pack will be heavy. Immediately, if I open a bank, I want something to know. A pop-up box will come on the right-hand side of the corner of my desktop. It will ask how can I help you out, and so many things. That is called a chat box, automatic robot automation process. We used to call that. Now we are, even you can interact. We are if a bank have facilities, they have valid added services for you in the Facebook or web chat and everything. Automatically, you can able to interact with the thing, with the banks. The importance of chat box. What is that? Why we use bank are widely focusing on the chat box, even in the mobile application, internet banking or mobile app. Web-based or mobile-based kind of an app, or their bank logins and everything. The major important thing, cost effectiveness. How it can be cost effective, sir? If a person comes directly to the branch and it disturbs quite a lot of front end, it's the people who are sitting in the front end, that means a service provider person, okay, he or she keep on answering, it takes a lot of you're consuming a lot of time. That time will not put her into other things to finish the things. It will pile up, work will be piled up. They will not show the productivity. Okay, because as per RBI normally used to say is that you need not to wait in the lobby, okay, bank lobby more than 10 to 15 minutes. But if you go to certain public sectors, banks and all, you will be whole day will be there for asking some things, queries and everything. That's called compliance. So you say you go to this people, you go to that people will got transferred and so many things and everything. Okay, we had certain people have faced that. I have quite a lot I've faced on that kind of cost effectiveness. So a person, instead of you also spending the money and you're going and wasting your time on that, and they're spending the time, okay, the cost effectiveness will be there. Application programming interface, that API comes into the picture here. One more kind of a thing. Okay, so the application, whatever they're using, web-based or mobile, you can have an interface with that directly. You have a regular touch with the bank. In this period also, in the pandemic period also, even so many people with their web-based or mobile-based app, they're doing a transaction, digital transaction, they're getting the services, they're opening the account, and so many things that are happening. Capable of engaging the things, customers, they're regularly, periodically engaging their customers on whatever their service, and they're sorting out the queries and everything. Around the clock for the customer service, 24/7 you can able to give it, not from the working hours alone. A bank means not the stereotype of 9 to 5 or 9 to 4 or 10 to 3 kind of a thing. 24/7. You know that last year December onwards, RBI says that IMPS also 24 into 7, NIFT also 24 into 7, you can do it. Likewise, so around the clock, this customer service. When you midnight 12 o'clock also, I need some sort of something strikes into your mind. I wanted to get immediately some sort of, I'm getting call from some of my known friend or in need of money. I want to get it from a credit. He asked me for it. So I immediately opened my app, web-based app or a mobile-based app. Okay, that is application programming interface. Chat box will come. I'll check with it what is the percentage and everything. Then I'll take a call. With a fraction of a second, I'll get the loan will be, everything will be processed, and 1 hour amount will create. I can transfer the same thing to IMPS with him. Okay, and he need not to come to me. I need not to go to that. Only with the help of internet on things, I'm just doing on that. Easy interaction. Okay, capability in handling the queries. So many queries will be there. So we'll ask about it. So how can I get a TDS form? Where I will it be? Instead of going and checking in the website each and every tab where it will be, how it will be. It's very difficult. If you voice-based chat box, you can enable to voice-based recognition chat box. If you say where I can get 15 form 15G or 15H for me, can you kindly locate me and say that, navigate me into the particular. It tells you where is the thing. From there, you can click, it automatically fill and upload it, submit there itself. Queries, here and there, a lot of queries will be sorted. So each and every time, there's a more number of queries will be that where they can able to handle. So the importance of chat boxes like that. Then another one concept I was talking about is RPA. So robotic process automation and bank automation. What is the automation? With the help of machine. Okay, with the help of machine, something automatically, or we are trying to make it push it across to the people. That is called as automation. So the things should be automatically moves on that. What is it? How the banking and financial using it? Customer onboarding it, automate report generation. As I told you, your TDS forms, you can get it from it immediately. You submit. Okay, within a fraction of a second, you can download the PDF and give for your filing and everything. KUC document, even KUC also, once you are done everything, you can be able to print your KUC document also. Account opening, mortgage lending, loan processing on that. Okay, customer services, credit card processing, and account closure form. Credit card also nowadays we can open online itself, everything. These are the things where the robotic process automation can be used widely in banking. What is that? Automation. We are talking about automation, interaction with the machine. Okay, so RPA technology uses bots that interact with the web application, websites, Excel sheets, or emails to automate the task just like a human. Okay, without the intervention of human being. It is currently most effective automation solution, which helps a human being to focus on the tasks like emotional intelligence, AI, reasoning, judgment, and interaction with the customer, and rather just repeating the task. So if you see that, mostly what is that? Better customer services, low technical barriers, auditable and secured, compliance, cost saving, and less error and faster processing. This is the benefit of automations. So this is the place where these are the major key areas where banks trying to use that RPA concepts into it. Okay, and what are the artificial intelligence related to that? Also, they're trying to use it. They're trying to modify their algorithm by using of adapting different kinds of machine level language codings and everything. Each and every banks, they'll have a unique kind of algorithm they drawn begin with it. But the service, if you see overall banking, each and every banking, the activities will be more or less similar. Okay, what is the uniqueness? How far they are going to give a better service to the customers, hassle-free, faster processing that plays around. They'll be running into it. Okay, competitors among the competitors and everything. Yeah, I just wanted to pick few banks. Okay. Which public sector bank and private sector bank, where that widely use of artificial intelligence banking. So if you see that, one lady will be there. Okay, it talks about this is a pop-up message will come when you open up. It will be called as this as a chat box. Okay, and they'll give a free defined, and it will be a program, algorithm program will be written at the back end. So if any sort of queries related to this, if you're asking, they can able to, you can get the answer from this. Okay. You know that public sector bank, State Bank of India, they are the largest public sector bank, okay, which of market capitalization and as well as with the total number of depositors also, and huge number of pension players, uh, pensioners also having holding account in this. Okay, they use called SIA. What is that? SBA Intelligent Assistant. Intelligent Assistant. What is that? AI powered smart chat assistant, and addressing the customer queries instantly help there in everyday banking tasks like human do. Okay, it developed by AI banking platform called Pejo. It is also situated in Bangalore. It is smart capital assistance equipped to handle nearly 10,000 queries per second, 10,000 queries per second, or 864 millions in a day, which is almost 25% of queries processed by Google each day. So State Bank is using that. HDFC who's having Ask You, even they are tagged and everything. So the bank smart chatbot called EVA works. Yeah, Google Assistant on millions of Android devices to solve the customer's queries. So banks mostly focus on the customer queries, trying to avoid the human intervention into it. With the help of automation, they wanted to overcome it, and they can be able to reduce cost more on that. And the employee can productively put it across into other activities, banking activities, or so many things. To solve the queries and provide them, it is a better service built by Bangalore-based Centforth of AI Research. Okay, and another important, it mostly the EVA, whatever you're claiming, they're trying to answer over 5 million users queries, more than 85% of accuracy is there. 80% of accuracy, there is no error on that. Okay, 85% of accuracy is there. Also, a enabled chat box, which they are also launched to the Facebook in 2016, Messenger and everything. So in a mobile, even a chat box will comes out as Eva can, whatever queries, what are things you can tag, so many things, maximum utility or maximum services what the banks offer. Okay, it will be there, you can check, and probably most of the people will be using it, and certain people with so they have a software robotic process the loan, KUC, opening the account, a lot of things likewise across the diverse function of the company. It is the first in the country to deploy AI system in a large scale in various processes. One of the beauty of ICICI Bank is that periodically they used to, I'm not holding any account in ICICI, but I have periodically visit the ICICI Bank website. Updations will be more. A lot of things they try to change the icon and the services also. Hassle-free kinds of the services they'll offer. And a lot of updations they'll try to use on that. And mostly this AI concepts, they have initially used the chat box and everything. It was very successful. They slowly taken it forward for a thing called application programming interface with the help of API. They started using it. That API is nothing but it is an intermediate, okay, that allows the two applications to talk each other. Two applications to talk to each other. What is it? So you are opening that particular web page, internet banking or mobile, whatever you're using it, and one side you are trying to connect with the another web page which is machine at the back end. So interface with the help of like Facebook or Insta messages and so anything. Okay, on even web-based API. Or web-based means website-based API, application programming interface like HTTP protocol, cloud, JavaScript, Journey, HTML5, Python, we have on that. To talk about this, we are quite sure whether HTTP protocol is nothing hypertext transfer protocol, which we internet and everything using normally, web pages and everything. There is another thing, service-based oriented architecture. It talks about the API, which is called as a representational state transfer, SOAP, with the help of a simple object Again, it talks about here only that REST, it's nothing but it talks about HTTP, Johnson URL, unified resource locator, www.incometax.org. It's a URL, okay, or Gmail. It is a URL, okay. So user resource locator, where you go, that particular things goes and land at a web page. And extensive markup languages we are using. This all talks about the service oriented architecture, which talks about the REST on that. What I'm talking about that, and ASP.NET and everything. And they're trying to use morely on the legacy department, which is that means that wanted to validate the data in a physical document, whatever they have it. When validating the document, how they're trying to validate the data to use on that. And another major thing which has been is they are trying to use the bank reconciliation. They're using on bank reconciliation. That bank regulations, there should not be when you do any sort of manual, sometimes error can be popped out on everything. They use that with the help of artificial intelligence, with the help of RPA. They are implemented in bank reconciliation to detect the frauds, and it reduces the manual reconciliation. Also saves a lot of time and everything. It consolidates very quickly and everything. So automating reconciliation teams over RPA in operation department, they're fast. They try to figure out any sort of mismatches there, or a false number has been put in across, or any debit and credit has been wrongly done and everything. They can be able to get. Another important thing, as we're talking about Form 15G and 15H, okay, they're using a software robotic which deployed to perform end-to-end process involving resolution queries related to the Form 15G and 15H. Okay, self-declaration form you can submit online itself, okay, and you can be able to check their the interest, what is the interest income and everything. And the lack of such forms are processed annually. And another important thing, this robotic process which they're using RPA, okay, with the same day, with 100% of accuracy, they can able to give you the that particular form. The process will be completed 100% accuracy. Here we have to note that. Okay, another important thing which ICICI Bank is using on that is ATM query. A lot of things, that when we go down to ATM, sometimes what will happen, your card will get stuck, or amount you will all the process will be done, cash will get dispatch machine, it will automatically you will get the sound of cash is going to dispatch and everything, but it will not dispatch. Okay, it goes back on everything. Likewise, sometimes it will be debited. You are not to withdraw the cash from the ATM, but it will be debited. So many things, kind of queries will be there, or somebody would have used your card and withdraw the amount. A lot of things will be there. So the customer queries to encounter unsuccessful cash withdrawals, or normally, okay, you knows that this, if you go to the bank, you have to write a statement, letter and everything, it be frauded and sent to the back office. From middle to back office, that they'll check on the which ATM and what is that process and everything. But it takes 7 days, okay, minimum 3 to 4 days or maximum 7 days. But here they're using the robotic, within 4 hours working hours you can able to resolve the things. I would use it physically also. I've gone and given the complaint. I've used the chat.
The recording has stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
So I've used even the chat box also to resolve the things. I've used it. So time effectiveness, how it been taking place, many business process like mobile number updations, that we periodically with the network issues and everything, we are changing the things, mobile number updations, internet banking, alerts message is not properly coming. When I do any sort of transaction, I'm not getting any SMS properly, debit or credit messages, SMS services, and loan repayment, I'm not know that proper which is due and everything. Aadhaar card updated details, validation of import and exports, code validation, debit card or PIN number or reassurance, etc. Another important thing, there is a separate team in ICC. They have 60 developers. They have to develop an automation. They are in the automation team. They're focusing on that. Okay. Another kind of automation they use like bolts, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and apart from that, physical bots also they're using it. And this RPA, which I'm talking about, robotic process automation, they're using functions in the functions like treasury trades, retails, corporate, and international operation also. Now, if you see that the usage of artificial intelligence to RPA, they told MI, that means machine learning, ML, machine learning, okay, into deep learning and machine learning. Apart from that, there is one more concept which they started using it, OCR, optical character recognitions. Okay, character recognition will be there with the image. And so the Bolt, I was talking about the Bolt. What is that Bolt? It is a program, okay, program which involves with the natural language processing, NLP is the base. Okay, when you talk about machine learning and everything, which is algorithm used at the back end for artificial intelligence, is NPL. It's used to handle the variety of customer service requires and everything. That's only they said that handling nearly 2 million transactions daily with a 20% of transaction volume. So 100% accuracy, that's more important thing. I was talking about that. So it is the first to deploy the software, robotic and everything, human action to automate and perform that. Another thing they are using the Bolt is thing which to expansion of Bolt you have to talk about as nothing but build, operate, transfer. Okay, we have HTTP, we have a build, operate, transfer, and boot also is there, build, own, operate, transfer for delivering methods. So Bolt, which has been they are using on that, they have artificial chatbots, which they developed with their own set of developers. Okay, and they try to put in the automation in different phases wherever it is required, etc. Sorry. So the software robot ICSB conference to capture and interpret the information, and they this act as an expert system for the decision making also. If you see that almost we are what are the things, business process, application, data entry, validation, automation, formatting, multiple format, message creation, text mining, reconciliation, currency exchange rates, recognition pattern. Okay, so RPA here, if you see that, is almost is running on a 350, 1350 business process on that. Okay, what is that exactly? The customers onboarding, that what is who are the customers onboarding they have, what are the transaction processing they do, post transaction services, trying to reconcile and see it. Okay, loan processing and data between the system, how it moves on that. So daily 6.5 million transactions they're doing it. And as I said, there are ICICI Bank is using a service-based architecture, and it is primarily of application programming interface. Next, we talk about. I've talked extensively about ICICI Bank, how they are used artificial intelligence, and if you go to their websites, you can be able to view. If you navigate and see quite a lot, you can be able to view. Axis Bank, you know that it is the third largest bank in private sector's bank. ICICI is the second largest. HDFC is the first one. Okay, so Axis Bank, it allows the customer to talk to their banking issue at any time, 24/7, anywhere on AI PowerPod. So what is that PowerPod? It always talks about it is a kind of interface which they use it. The caller will call that particular number. That number will go to IVR. From the IVR, if you type which are the numbers, it takes into the sales, supports, or accounting department, which I've shown in the picture. Okay. So in July 2020, the convention interface of voice respond IVR system called AXAA, they used that. Okay, this is the name they have started introducing it to their customers. It's the next generation multilingual voice pot. What is a pot we are talking about? Build, operate, interface. You know, understood? Is a pot is nothing but build, operate, interface which is used for AI chatbot. So assisting the customers to transfers through the IVR, address the queries or request without need of any kind of human intervention. In most of the case, any kind of human intervention, pre-recorded, which if you click it, automatically takes you into it. If really that the IVR can't be able to solve it, it takes you into that particular department who is heading it, etc. So interactive voice recording, how it works. The customer will be calling, the call will be answered, okay, by IVR system, and the call forward to the particular department. Normally, how you do a customer service when you call, we have a problem with the network and we call the customer care. No? Likewise, the similar. Here, the process of solving the queries will be very fast using this system. Here, what is that? They have an app called They'll Say Open. It's a philosophy, they have it, okay. Axis Bank, if you see their ads and everything, they'll say open to build a sharpen customer focus, and they're constantly innovative and enhancement, okay, on the process of robotic process automations and everything. It is next gen of multiple voice like bot eyes, as I told you very clearly. It is a unique service that helps accelerate the engagement, okay, strategy and use the cutting edge automated speech recognition. Here we are using the speech. As previously I showed you the component of AI, image recognition, speech recognition, or voice-based recognition. Here they're using it. See, each and every bank, they wanted to show their uniqueness and adoption of AI also, how they are adapting it. And here also they're using a natural language processing, NPL, to understand, to boost and to boost what is that, their business better with the better algorithm, artificial algorithm and everything. Each and every banks, they are focusing on it, on the customer queries and the request per day, out what is accuracy they're giving it. So that is the most important thing. Another important thing, the role of bank plays in the life of a customer, evaluating the digital banking to new domain to the customers. They're taking a digital banking to each and every customers and trying to understand what kind of a service they're offering it and how they're effective using that service. And within the day, they try to resolve the question, or within a second. That's the most important thing. Okay. They're also using the one more thing, Velular AI for phone banking, also the same kind of a thing. So I've talked about the one public sector bank, State Bank of India, and two private sector banks. And second topmost public sector bank is Bank of Baroda. Dina Bank and Vijay Bank has been merged along with Bank of Baroda. Here, I'm also using the app. I know that they are really doing it well. Lot of AI they've been adapting on that. Though it is a public sector bank, a lot of things, options with a fraction of a second you can able to do it. It's advantage banking service they're offering it. They are using the programming based for certain tactics which they can able to, such as knowledge, reasoning, problem solving, perception learning, planning, ability to manipulate and move the objects, which they have been most adopting it, and they're using on that. The advanced banking services, they are what value-added service they're given to the customer. It ought to be reduce on cost managing account, focusing on improving the customer service through with the help of AI. Cost, customer service, productivity, and profitability. This is a merger. Each and every banks, this are 4 parameters they lies on that, and they're trying to use or build up artificial intelligence to it. Uniqueness. Okay, the banks use advanced gadgets like artificial intelligence, robot-based Baroda Brain and Digital Bank with the free Wi-Fi services they're giving on it. You can able, this is a chat box number. If you register your mobile, automatically number register your customer, automatically gives you chat name comes out, ADI, Assistant Digital Interface. They are partnered with IBM and Accenture to power state of art of IT Center Excellence and Analytical Research Center of Excellence also is there. You can also be a part of it. If you go down to their website, they are giving, you can able to collaborate with them. They given internet on things, artificial intelligence, machine learning. So they give a certain kind of a thing. You can collaborate them. They are also funding for it. You can also be the part. So this is a smart banking without visiting a branch. As we're talking about robotic process automation, these are the things. Mobile banking, internet banking, and M-Pass books and UPA. As I told you, IIT, they are tied up with IIT Bombay Innovation Center. The area, which are the areas, sorry, they focus on fintech, digital lending, payment, big data, AI, NPL, natural language processing, machine learning, data science, blockchain. Probably tomorrow section, almost, 11th session, they're going to talk morely on blockchain. I observe one of them, madam, as you have a lot of things. Practically, case study will be there. Cloud computing, next generation of financial hardware service, opening banking on sandbox. Professor also talked about sandbox last. Then the role of artificial intelligence, AR, VR, robotic, Internet of Things, cybersecurity, agri-tech. See, these are the place where you can able to go down, try to collaborate and have it. These are the few places they're focusing on more on that. This is a public sector bank, one of the private public sector bank. They tie up it and they are much into a startup kind of thing, or they're funding it on. These are the area, major key area focus. Andhra Bank merged with the Union Bank of India, the 2020. They add ABI, that is artificial intelligence assistant name called ABI, to address the customer's queries immediately and effectively. See, immediately and effectively. They also use a chat box developed by a float bot. This is also Bangalore-based company. It's integrated with core banking services. So it is automated support system for 5 crore account holder of that particular bank is having it. As I told you, Bangalore paid float bot joined with hands with Andhra Bank to launch AI virtual assistants. This automated customer support through the convention of AI to resolve the customer queries. The most important thing, if you see there, they use all languages, regional languages. And one of the pluses, they use all the regional languages, okay, on that particular channel with the help of WhatsApp, Google Assistant, and it will also cloud-based chat box delivery will be there. And it was founded in 2017. And this float bot is a omni-channel chat box developed by platform. Omni-channel. What is that omni-channel? Omni-channel is the thing. It's two-way around. 1 second. Two-way around. It will whatever you are trying to interact with it, you can automatically get the message from that side. It helps the business to reduce the cost and increase the customer engagement, majorly customer engagement with the chat box. Another important thing, the float bot. Okay, as I talked to you, they're always they have been into the other thing. They are, apart from not only they are providing a service to Andhra Bank, they're giving service to they have been a part of Calcutta Electrical Supply Corporation and Shaji.com, African Development Banks, Kauri Hospitals. They have been using it. If you have seen the Kauri Hospital, I don't know, I'm not sure with it. Most of this side, southern part, they have it. They have an artificial intelligence chat box. They have been medical hospitality and everything. So customer can ask the details, like these are the things, most of the things they can ask. Kotak Mahindra Bank. So if you talk about Kotak Mahindra Bank, they are also a lot of they are using it. They that A11 account. Just 3 years back, it came into a double account. It is interface without intervention of anybody. You have a certain documents upload and open a thing with a fraction of a second. I also tried and opened an account, and for case verification, they asked me to come to the bank any period, your convenient time and everything. This artificial enabled chat box to power millions Kotak customer quick and available customer banking queries around the clocks. And they named the chat box called Kia. And the bilingual voice bot, then the voice bot, what is the bot I was talking about? Build, operate, transfers. Okay, voice bot. So comes integrated with the Kotak phone banking helpline, and it will augment the traditional interactive voices like IVR, etc. So banks launches the Kia 2.0 voice bot, also new feature in 2019. Lot of thing, voice-based kind of a thing. And another important thing, it is a first organic growth strategy that will be driven by its ABC character focused on that. Okay, there have a ABC character focus. What is that? Artificial enlarged app, biometric enabled branches, content, what is it? Major contest, enabled the customer experience, and data empowerment design. So their focus, their AI, they majorly focus on ABCD. So this helps them to focus on assets and get the more kind of experience from the customers of what they are using or interacting with the help of chatbots and everything. Okay, design and customize the process. It helps to design and customize the product and services better and better with that. Another important thing, it helps design the customer navigate smoothly and quickly with the concept of IVR. It understands the caller intent, what is it, verify it, and then offer relevant solution, resulting to greater call routine accuracy. Accuracy is matters a lot. Each and every bank has accuracy, 85%, 90%, 100%. Okay, more than 100% you can't do it, but they're trying to focus on 90 to 100% resolving it. Reduce the call durations quickly and improve the customer satisfaction. They focus more and more on, they're trying to use the concept of AI with the help of machine learning called natural language processing, and then trying to build up a little bit algorithm on back end, how far they can able to do it. S Bank. So S Bank, apart from now a lot of banks are coming down with the bill desk. It is one of the bank which CAD is also using it. As far as the bill decks, they're tagged into a third-party service where S Bank is done for it. If you book the tickets and everything can go on that. They have been partnered with Microsoft to strengthen the first analysis. If you see ICICI Bank and S Bank, a lot of things. You can artificial intelligence, how far they have used it, and how far they have been taking forward to their customers. It's really nice to learn more and more on that. So enable chat box S robot, they have used it. It is equipped with the advanced, same thing, natural language processing and natural language programming, they're using it. An engine called language understanding intelligence services. Here they're using it with that. So uniqueness of their algorithm is language understanding intelligence services. It's a robot which understands and interacts with you. Okay, other cognitive processes. Okay, cognitive process automations also is there, capable of understanding, resolving, or evolving the banking needs of customers without any kind of human intervention. Robot will come when you enter into the thing. Certain banks with your facial expressions or facial things, or by iris biometric automatically opens or physical. It opens the thing and it gives a message automatically to it. Robot will come and you can again with your biometric, whatever biometric is there, you can able to chat with that. If it cannot be resolved, it connect to the relationship manager. Relationship will connect with the fraction of second, and it will help you to resolve the thing. You can have a talk with that. See, the S robot enables the user to perform the financial and non-financial banking transaction. Okay, by the employing conventional artificial intelligence equipped with the extensive financial knowledge with that. This is about this web page. Digital, a lot of things are there. As I told a little bit also, I told you about it. This is a chat box where S robot is there. So here it further the customer service personalized interaction and reduce the time to first respond to just a few seconds. With that intelligent chat box. Okay, to check is our eligibility for service by whether that service can be forward to the relationship manager or further and everything, and provide instant provide an indicated loan amount using machine learning. They're using a machine learning on it. Advanced credit scoring algorithm they're using on that behind credit score algorithm with mathematical or anything with the help of program. Example FD, RD, and without remembering any password. As I told you, no OTP based authentications, and 5.2 billion worth deposits. They can be able to open an account, FD account immediately. And human error, to overcome a human error, 90% accuracy is there. And 8.3 million customers interactions, they're using the artificial intelligent ecosystems like Facebook's, WhatsApp chats, Alexa, Google Assistants, and Siri. Okay, so these are some of the usage of artificial intelligence in banking. I picked up public sector's bank and private sector's bank with the widely used, and a lot of banks are slowly adopting it, and there'll be in a due course of time they'll be using on that. Okay, guys, dear faculty members, do you have any queries? Yeah, before that, I just wanted to share a few things. Okay, this was a few papers, almost I've done more or 7 papers, research papers on that. There's a few papers which has been published, innovation in banking, fusion of artificial intelligence and blockchain. Okay, it got published in Asian Pacific journals. And one more, blockchain technology and paradigm investment banking. Artificial intelligence technology prototype in the recruitment process. This was a little bit, almost 12 to 13 people have cited in a Google Scholar. And robotic surgery with this also in Bangalore, how it has been, it is on Scopus Journal, Indian Journal of Public Health. So a little bit of all this kind of thing gives me reading and doing on that, give me interest on the topic of artificial intelligence. If you're getting into a lot of things, we come to know on the part of artificial intelligence, and certain things, if you read more and more, you know that you are not away from that, you are part of it. Dear faculty members, do you have any queries?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is there any
please.
questions from audience? Yes.
So I've sticked with the exact time, Professor.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I should, because it's sports lunch section. I made them to sleep quite a lot because no one is asking question.
Yeah. Yes, is there any question? I put in.
Dear professors, anything else?
Anything else? I hope you clarified everything.
Oh, Professor.
Yeah. So
this human intelligence talking about artificial intelligence will not quite.
Yeah.
Because I've not used any chat box. Professor, I've used Professor previous technical speaker 8th technical section. He has used chat box and all.
Okay, Professor, I have a small question.
Yes, Professor, please.
Yeah, probably we transforming from paper to paperless banking.
Yes,
We'll
Professor.
expect in coming days from branch to branchless banking, isn't it?
Yes, Professor, you are absolutely correct. Now we are most of the things we are paperless banking only are going. For example, statements what we get it from email. Even your opening account also goes on that. And nowadays for S Bank, I see most of the public sector bank and few public, most of the private sectors bank and few public sectors bank, they need not. You have to go down to their lobby. You can, with the help of artificial intelligence chat box itself, you can solve the queries. Or if not so, they are given one customer or relationship manager number. You can ask him to come inside to the your wherever you are locating it. Okay, he will come down and he will render the banking service to you and go. So it became branchless services.
Okay.
They are doing it. S Bank is doing it, and quite a number of times I've used it. ICICI Bank also I heard about it because of certain customers they having it, reputed customers. They have now started opening up. Few they are into the process, Professor, but
Yeah.
they are diluted into the common customers also, means who's having a minimum balance also they are coming down now.
No, when it comes to cost optimization on these issues.
No,
Yeah.
Professor. The thing is that not every person will try to call down.
Yeah.
So if it is really they need it, based on the queries you are asking also, they'll try to focus on that. If they can able to solve over the phone, they will solve it.
Yes, Professor. Thank you.
Welcome, Professor.
No questions, please. We'll wind up.
Okay, Professor. Shall we wind up?
Thank you, Professor, for your valuable insight for artificial intelligence and banking by focusing several issues like fraud detection and that anti-money laundering and the chat box with the various banks. So how, see, today only I came to know that CSIA. So that's what is the full form of that? SIA.
SIA, Professor. SBI Intelligence.
SBI Intelligence.
Assistance.
I thought that it's a name of lady.
No.
Sorry. Yeah.
Most of the times, EVA also is there.
Yeah.
HDFC EVA also is there. So many things.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Professor.
Welcome, Professor. Thanks for giving me opportunities, and I hope I've done the justification on my topic. And people who are in the as a participants, if you don't have any other doubt, if you in future if you have a doubt, you can definitely contact me over the mail ID. Okay, I'm happy to receive a lot of questions from you, and I'm happy to answer also on that. Thank you, for Professor, and thank you participants for patient listening.